Hey guys, this is your 2024 January prediction. If you would like a private reading with me or hypnosis to facilitate permanent change, do use the link below. So just to start off, thank you very much for your emails. There's been quite a few saying that they can't find me on YouTube, that I'm not being pushed. Yes, I have been shadow banned. I did a worldwide video in May of 2017 and it was political and all the world and everything else like that, so I got shadow banned since then. But in the last 6 months they've really been trying to hide my account. So if you could share, like and subscribe, hopefully you will still be getting notifications, but some of you aren't. Okay, so let's go into Aries. Aries, it looks like in your financial zone this year that you are, well, in January, but this will go on till about March 26th and it will start to get better, and then by May, at the end of May, things will be a lot clearer and you're on a brand new road. So financially, we're looking at our financial situation and thinking about how we can have more, how we can earn more, how we can pay off our bills, and looking at that financial situation in a way that we can find some resolution and some healing, and if we need extra money, it's there. So in that section we do have the Five of Pentacles. Now, this is your study, career and finances. Now with the financial situation, if it's just your money, it looks like you feel like you don't have enough, whether it be to cover your bills, your utilities, your family, food, whatever, or that others around you have that, and so you're feeling very much left out. When it comes to university, finances, work, or any sorts of hobbies that include money, it looks like you are either missing that time that you're spending with them, that you need to put some practical, tangible steps into place to become higher in that you are unable to find your place, you're unable to find your spot within the group there. There is help coming, you're just confused. Now, if some of you are thinking about, I've got to run out and get this loan, the answer to that right now is no. Nothing at all to do with loans, borrowing, buying, anything to that until about the 15th of January, then you're able to do that. Going on to our home, our roots and our heritage, we do have the Four of Wands. So if we are working so much that we're unable to be at home, maybe this is why we're feeling this way, but there's plenty of money at the home. There's something to celebrate around the home, and things there are getting paid. When it comes to family, there's something to celebrate as well. The family foundations are quite strong, and if we can use family support to be able to push our way forward, because at the beginning of the year, Aries, what we're dealing with is that we are trying to calm down the worst parts of our Aries self, and we're trying to balance that out with the best parts of Aries self, so that we can have a much better 2024. And we're looking at the area of our career, our ambition, how the world sees us, and we are coming to an end of the cycle there. And what we're doing is we're looking to be more independent, we're looking for more salary, and we're looking at some way that we can join up with someone else to be able to bring in that extra flow. Maybe we're spending a bit of money on extra teaching, or finishing off a course, or finishing off something that once that is acquired, the money will be there. And in the family way, we do have something that we're celebrating. Maybe someone will offer to pay, maybe someone will offer to be your study buddy, maybe someone will help you with extra hours. There is something there with that. Also with the family, it looks like there might be a celebration about overcoming something as well. When it comes to your health, we do have the World card. The World card is a major arcana card. It says you're starting 2024, concluding that cycle of health that you have had. Now, this is you may have had a great year and then parts of it physically very unwell or psychologically unwell. As we're going into 2024, we've finished that cycle. We put these new things in place that we're going to use all year. And if there's a part where we do backtrack a little bit, to remain true to the course and to keep moving forward. Major Arcana card says we need to ground ourselves. We need to ground ourselves in practicality. We need to be determined. We need to be able to have a routine schedule or a list that we must stick to, and finally we must absolutely we need to ground ourselves. So that means inside and outside when it terms of our health, things that we can put in a routine sort of way. When it comes to physicality on where this is, I feel like this could be in the flowing system of our body. Also for some of you, it's your feet. When it comes to your love, we do have the Four of Cups, Aries. Aries, we are feeling a little bit down and out about ourselves, and we perhaps are taking that out on the loved one that we have most dearest and closest to us. It looks like there has been some sort of issue, argument, disagreement, where perhaps you got the wrong end of the stick. Maybe you pushed boundaries, maybe you went too far, or the other, and without losing face or losing pride or feeling like your ego is getting in the way, something has to give. So can we just let it go? Is this the hill you want to die on? Is this what you want to break up over? That's the decision you've got to think of. Now, if this is about somebody else, the other in your life, then maybe you need to reach out and give them an apology, because that's all it is. This is an intermittent, my ego over a discussion where I'm not ready to accept that apology. I'm not ready to move forward because I'm feeling hurt. When it comes to your angels, they're saying, please don't be too confused. Look into all the resources that you have around you. Now, this is going to be for the bulk of the year, Aries, where you are going to have to look into at least 3 different things. I think it's your health, maintaining and getting your work or finances into an order that is consistent. And then lastly, with your family or home, there's something moving there, whether it's you yourself or movement within the family. The answer is no when it says to rush things, rushing into a financial situation, rushing into, breaking up. Like I said, there's been some sort of disagreement here and we're sulking. So the answer to that is no. And then we've got Omega, so there is a win at the end of this. So don't stress too much about that. It's getting through January. Your year doesn't start till February. So let's go on to Taurus. Taurus, all of this month you are looking at your travel, the way that you, your cultural expectations and experiences. It's the psychological foundations in which we've grown up with and the habits and the triggers that come with that. It's also expansion on ourselves. Now, when we look at what else we're doing, we are getting out and about and growing our network. We're getting out and putting our face out there and growing the team around us that can help us all of this year. But in January specifically, it's about growth. So we're either teaching or learning or adding to our education. We are expanding on our psychology, and we're doing that out in public. So whether we're doing an online course, online Zoom, online meetup, online counseling, or social media, or in groups. Now, this is about to have a lucky change on how we are perceived by the world, how we are in the spotlight, Taurus, this year. And those 3 are connected, 9, 11, and 1. So this is about our growth, our long-term education, our expansion of our minds, even travel. You might find that on your travels or during with this during this meetup with others, maybe there's a suggestion that we will travel somewhere, or that there's a retreat, or even a work retreat, something that we're learning in a group that gets us up the level and makes us feel better. With our tarot, okay, so at work, just be really careful about shifty people that sound good, sounds too good to be true. So, in the situation of, oh, yes, you could have these days, don't worry, you go home, I'll close up, or, yes, I'll cover your shift. Anything where there's a, yes, I will, but there's nothing in writing, don't go with that. If someone's playing games, they'll either not turn up, they're lying, they'll steal, they'll throw you under the bus to cover themselves, that kind of thing as well. There's also going to be a commitment. You are going to commit, I would say closer to the 28th of January, you are going to have to commit to what your finances look like next year, from this year, 2024. With that is that you're going to find that the people, maybe what pushes you out the door of what you're presently doing, or pushes you for that move, that pushes you to spend the money and the time in getting more qualifications or finishing a course that can get you more. Perhaps it's someone that's pushed you over the line because of their dodgy behaviour, their selfish behaviour, their inconsistent, inconsiderate, playing games, that kind of thing. Now, when it comes to your finances, for everybody, not just your work, but your finances, it looks like you've got 2 things that you're really stuck on. Now, this could be old debt. This could be something that you feel responsible or obligated with. Those 2 things are going to need to be looked at as you're moving forward in 2024. When it comes to your home, we've got the happy wish there. So the home that that you live in itself this month should feel lovely. You might be redecorating or doing something special, or even, you know, Taurus, being a 9, you could actually move because you've got Jupiter sitting in your first house, which means that you're going to have opportunities and lucky moments just on how you look or how people perceive you. This is also, in terms of the family, a really good celebration or a good start in January, where some wishes that you've been hoping for have come true. When it comes to your health, we do have the 4 of Pentacles. Now, as soon as I look at this, I think that there might be something hereditary, and it's something that may have been on your mind for a while. You haven't quite got your, got the exact thing on it. You might be looking at certain scenarios. You quite haven't quite got the point yet. The 4th house, uterus, digestion, breast, stomach, and womb. Now, as you look at this card, we've got our head. This is here with our womb and everything, and we've got our feet here, what we're grounded on. I do feel like this is hereditary. If it's not hereditary, then this, for female or male, this is about the reproductive organs. So again, we've got uterus, digestion, breast, stomach, and womb. This area you are going to have to put money on. You are going to need to talk to your family about it. This is something that is going to have to happen. In our love, we do have the Knight of Cups. Look, there is some stability coming in relationships. I don't feel like Taurus, that, you know, single Taurans, that you're going to have much time or interest. Even if you do have interest, there's not going to be much love for you in January. I think that from the, say, 15th on through to the 29th of February, leap year this year, that you will have more luck at that moment. But what you're looking for, as I said, you're looking at the 9th house all month. So our foundational things that we grew up on, our culture, how we look at things, how we trigger, our habits, our bad behaviors, anything psychological, traumatic, whatever. We're looking at that, and then we're getting ready to meet someone. So who you meet, you're going to be different. You're going to treat things different. You're going to respond different. Now, it might be a bit of a learning curve, and you might need to be a bit more patient, and that person will be patient with you. Now, if you are in a relationship, it looks like things are moving forward in a place of stability. Those of you that are long married, you might be reconciling or coming together. You know, there's been some sort of distance between you, whether it be work, family, or even separation, coming back together towards each other in the same place. Also, as a couple, moving. When we're looking at the 9th house all of this month, we might even be looking at different directions, maybe taking up different courses, maybe the occult. We're looking at our discipline and any options that we have. Maybe we're looking at opinions, reading some books, something here that can make a difference and a change in the way that we can change that thought, that trigger, that habit that we have. Zana says your family's safe, which is, we already knew that with this card here, if you've been worrying about that. So maybe this is for the family itself, but you live in an apartment. So either this is you in your apartment or this is you with your family, but you're still safe regardless. We've got patience. Like I said, have patience with yourself. It's also an end of a learning curve for you. So, and an end of a karmic lesson for you. Moving forward should be a lot smoother. And again, you've got Omega. Do watch your sun, moon, and rising. This card came out for Aries as well. So this means that there's a big win, a public win, a win on display. So let us go now on to Gemini. Now, Gemini, you are going to have some changes for you in the area where the challenges are going to be sitting in your career and in the way that you can get to that career, but also in the way that you think and put the plans, duties, and appointments in that for 2024. So what does that mean? That means that perhaps we're spending a little bit of money on doing some extra courses to be able to further ourselves towards our dream career, dream position, dream amount of money. It also means that there might be some challenging moments where you might find that you have to do a course, or that you have to learn some new software, or that you have to do or teach, learning or teaching others. So that is the challenge that may come up in you getting further in your career. The other thing is that your thoughts, so the 9th and the 3rd house is activated here with challenges. So this is the way that I do things with my long-term education and what my long-term dreams are versus my small education and little things locally or online that I'm able to do to help myself to get to where I need to be. Now, it looks like it will be a busy month and that's where the challenges are, that there are duties and appointments and responsibilities of where you need need to be. On the other hand, that there could also be some lucky input by a local area, local course, local group that can help you talk through it or enroll you, or you're teaching them in that area. The other thing, Gemini, is that we're looking at our most important paperwork and discussions. So births, marriages, we're looking at that. So maybe we're looking at a super, maybe we're updating our will, maybe we're looking at our insurance, maybe we're looking at our stocks, maybe we're looking at our employer and saying, you know, do I want to stay here? Do I want to go? What do I need to go? Well, I might need a bit more study. Well, I might need a bit more networks, might need to expand myself more and get a few more clients. What do I need to do to be able to take that next step? Because that's what you're thinking all of this month, Gemini. The other thing that there's going to be a bit of challenges is that for us to be able to close this chapter and to be able to move forward, we're going to have to accept the limitations in which have been shown to you by the end of 2023 over the last eclipse. It would have shown you the limitations, and it would have shown you what is no longer worth putting any time and energy in, something not worth pursuing. So in this month, we're starting to look at that. It will not be finished till approximately 26th of May, but this is the stepping stone on where you're going to start, Gemini. Now, Gemini, if you're starting to your own passive income, you've got a lucky break here. Someone will put a good word in for you. Someone's got a good place for you to work out of. Something to do with your own passive income. There is a lucky break, word of mouth, some lucky break there for you to just get you right in that door. And the other thing we're doing is that as we're closing the chapter that is no longer worthy for us, that's no longer worthwhile, you'll be able to ascertain, well, perhaps this isn't working, that's a dead end, so this here looks like it could be. We're going to research it, we're going to look into it, we're going to do a little bit of learning, a little bit of teaching, we're going to incorporate that in, but it's your duties and appointments that are going to be a bit of a challenge to get things going, and that's where your challenge lays, is all the hours in the day. With your finances, career and study, we do have the Knight of Cups. Now, lucky move moving forward, stability is what we're looking for. Now, if you are looking for a work, it looks like that there is a lucky break, that money will be coming. Now, I don't know if this is money that you've earned or it's money you've forgotten about. So maybe it's a paid back. Maybe it's a refund. Maybe it is someone that you lent money to 10 years ago suddenly turns up and says, hey, here's the money I owe you. Going into university, going into work, if you haven't got one, then this means that we're feeling really solid. We're feeling very strong about our position, and this could be our final year because we're wrapping things up before we get to employment. So this could be your final year, final exam, final placement, whatever that is. Again, if this is getting your finances under control, we have to set a plan in the way that we are able to pay things off. Let's not stress ourselves and try and get it all done in one, unless you can do an all-over loan that is gathering everything in one, paying the whole lot and paying one loan. That's the only way you can do it. Otherwise, set your plan, little bits as we go. When it comes to our home, we do have the Four of Pentacles. So the challenge is there is that for some of you, a parent has passed, or someone that you see as a parent has passed recently, and I would say up to 6 months, up to in the last 6 months, or just recently. And with this, it has made us stop and rethink what our future looks like, because, you know, life has suddenly changed, or it has changed, and now you're actually suddenly looking at it, you know, the length of life, what my purpose is, what I'm doing, what do I need to change as I'm moving forward. Now, family as a whole, this is, okay, what did I grow up with? What was my culture, my religion, my psychological sounding board, and what I propel myself off for? Does it trigger me? Do I have habits? How do I react emotionally in situations that are triggering? This is what we're looking for. Now, you'll be putting some money into that this month, or starting the process for that, so getting outside help. When it comes to the property itself, it looks like we need to spend money, or that we are staying home to save money. When it comes to your health, Gemini, we do have the all clear. We have good answers there. We're very happy with those results in any which way that they are. So 9th house specifically is sciatic, liver, hips, and thighs. Again, do watch Sun, Moon, and Rising, because some of these cards have come out twice. When it comes to relationships, we do have the 7 of Wands. Now, the 7 of Swords. Now, this is thinking, truth, and wanting to be able to find our way clear of that. Now, if you're single, beware of someone who's very charming, light-footed, turns up out of the blue, because this person is someone who likes to play around. It's not that they don't love you, it's not that they don't care about you, it's got absolutely nothing to do with you, it's all about them. This is just their routine, this is just their personality, this is who they are. They flitter in, flitter out, as long as it is that you're useful to them. So for those people, it's that. For those that have just started dating or been together for a few months, then this is about our commitment to each other. Do we have all of what we know about each other on, what's the bottom line? Do we want to have kids? Is this something we should be looking forward to? Is there something that's the no, the absolute no, can't do it? This is the time for that conversation, because if you waste your time for another 6 months and turn around and find out that you want children but they never want children, then that's going to be a really big problem. So that's something we need to look at moving forward. Those of you that are in a relationship, it looks like there are questions about, I wanted to say commitment, but fertility jumped into my head. So there could be some questions about fertility, or we're in the process of that and we're having a discussion of whether we should or should not. Those that are in a relationship, it's about commitment. What are we doing moving forward? What has changed? Are we giving ourselves a time limit? Are we starting fresh? What are we doing here in terms of a committed relationship, Gemini? Well, we're ending a cycle and we're putting our plans laid forward for 2024, and we are deciding what that commitment looks like, and only you know what that is between you and your partner. Drawing virtue messages from the angels. Renewal also is another theme for you in the deepest parts of our secrets, the deepest parts of our deepest inner thoughts, including sex, or the deep-rooted thoughts. There is something there that we need to look at. Okay, so like I said, someone we've passed is watching over us, telling us, no, this is not the right time to jump into and do what we're thinking in a desperate situation. The answer to that is no. Francesca says, yes, you are looking at the darker things of life, and it has been since the eclipses, like I said. And to be very careful about, either this parrot is either your own inner voice, the white noise, the inner monologue, or it's someone next to you. And that chatter needs to disappear so you can think straight, Gemini. You can't get yourself clear, you can't make plans, you can't move forward until that noise stops. Lastly, Archangel Gabriel. This is about talking negotiation and getting some help on board for the things that you need this year. 2024 for you won't start till February the 18th. Okay, so now we're going on to Cancer. Cancer, it's been a very difficult time for you in 2023. And as we're going into 2024, I think your biggest month is going to be in February, where there's going to be a spanner in the works that came out of nowhere, and it's a surprise. No one can predict this. I'm giving you this in advance. And that's where you're going to start to question yourself, Cancer. And it'll be a really emotional time for you the first 3 months of this year, where the emotion seems to go up and down, up and down. By the time we get to the third one, though, you're quite overwhelmed. So it seems that the 3 months feels like it's been 9 months. And, I can even hear you saying, oh, well, 2025 is my year. Even in the first 2 months, because, life has not changed much. Emotionally, you haven't changed much. Emotionally, you're feeling quite overwhelmed. When it comes to your work, anything that you're worried about, you're okay. Second chance, you're not in trouble. Everything's fine. If you thought that you were going to get fired, you're not. Now, there's a small select for you, I'm sure. But if you think that you made a mistake, a drunken mistake, a foolish mistake, even if it had something to do with the Christmas party, and you thought, oh God, that's it for me, or even were fired because someone was in a bad mood, it's fine, it's over. Now, when it comes financially, the money will be there at the last minute. Don't stress too hard, but you do need to ask those. There is someone that you don't want to ask, but this person... And I think it's your pride. Your pride needs to go. You need to get that there. Also, we're thinking about our best laid plans and how you're going to be in control of your finances this year, Cancer. You're looking at things that have to do with law, legalities. Is there a lawsuit? Is there a lawsuit against an enemy? Is someone actively sabotaging you getting further? this is also about these partnerships and unions that you have, any agreements. Maybe you signed something, and that's what the lucky escape was, because you have that 7-day turnaround period where you're allowed to get out of it. So there's, a clause, the wording somewhere that will help you resolve and get out of what you feel is a bit of a disaster. Now, when it comes to hope, we do have the Two of Wands. Now, the Two of Wands is looking out and saying, what is there out there for me? With the experience and the wisdom and the life that I've had so far within my family home, or even the property itself, I'm now looking out the window and I'm saying to myself, what's out there? What can I see? What can I do? What can I do that is different? And so perhaps you are moving out of home, moving out of the apartment. You also might be looking out at a partner, because this is a 2 card as well. Maybe you want to break away from the person that you're with, or that it's time for you to start dating. Also, this card is also talking about moving when it comes to promotion, so that can work in that way as well. So if you're being relocated for your work, that's why you're moving when it comes to your home. Home itself, it could be that there is an issue this month. It could be like a milestone, because we've got 9 and 11 involved as well, which means that we've got a community or a network involved within the family that is cultural, religious, or psychological understanding. So maybe that's come through as challenges where there's, family disagreements or family issues, that we're being shown this and challenged that, because these things can no longer continue, okay? Bad lessons learned. Have to break that habit, have to learn new things. Maybe that's the scenario for you. But it looks like there is an awakening through these challenges, and it feels like you with somebody else look at each other and go, you know what, they're all crazy and we need to stick away from it. We need to heal ourselves, and, we'll deal with that lot later. That's what it's feeling like for you. When it comes to your health, we've got the Major Arcana card, the Strength card. Now, this is a Major Arcana card, and it is in the 8th house. So this is also about those deep secrets, seated secrets that we do have deep down below, what we were born with, how we grew up, what we propel ourselves off, how we deal with things emotionally, what triggers us, the habits that we have to soothe ourselves when things go wrong. In the Major Arcana card, the Strength card, this is saying 2 things. First of all, it's about karma. Second of all, it is our dual self, the good self, the bad self, and how we talk to ourselves. Don't do it, did it. When you come home and you think, oh God, I overshared, or oh, why did I do that? Oh, that was stupid. In the conversation, I should have said that, and it goes around and around in your head. That's that kind of thing going on with you. So maybe you're doing something wrong, but you keep doing it. And so the cycle continues. I'm depressed, I eat too much, I worry that I'm fat. Because I'm feeling that way, I eat more, wake up in the next morning, think, brand new day, get on the scales, nope, I put on more weight. So this just continues the way that it is, Cancer, and that can be anything. It can be smoking, drinking, oversharing, anything psychological that triggers us physically. This is also the 8th house, which is bladder, genitals, sex organs, reproductive system, hemorrhoids, muscular system, hernias, rectum, prostate, and trauma, which is healing by the mind. It's also about toxins as well. So you might have to go through a cleanse, because this is a Major Arcana card. So Cancer, this could be saying that something really toxic, whether it be mental or whether it be physical, needs to be cut out of your life completely. It's not good for you. Whether you like it or not, cut it off. If it's a member, if it's a member of your family, if it's a partner, if it's a best friend, if it's work. It doesn't matter what it is. It is sick. It is toxic. It is making you unwell. This is it. Cut it out. 2024. That's your job. Major Arcana card. You have to do it. The challenges will be there to show you and overwhelm you and work yourself up until the point is where you stand there and you go, no, that's enough. And that's the point you need to be pushed through. You don't have to hit rock bottom. You just need to get to the point where you've absolutely had enough and lost shit a little bit. So, we all lose our shit, a little bit sometimes. It takes a lot to make me angry, but when I do, and then I calm down after that. But sometimes that rant needs to happen because it makes things move. The other thing about this is hereditary illnesses as well. And I'm talking about, the bladder, genitals, sex organs, all of those things I just said. But also anything that is a hereditary, that your parents have as well. We'll be looking into that. Now, I got 2 cards when it came out for your love, Cancer. So we've got the Hierophant, Major Arcana card, and we've got the 10 of Wands. So This is a major turning point for you, Cancer, in your relationship. Now, if you are in a relationship, this is pressure on your partner to make things official, pressure on your partner to move things to a different level that is orthodox or unorthodox for you as a couple. So it could be a cultural thing, it could be a religious thing, it could be something that, is really pushing the matter. Well, the other one needs more time, maybe the person's taking too long, you or the other. Something here, pressure on moving to a more official role, whether that be unorthodox or orthodox, pushing for that. There's a lot of pressure there. And the other person, you or them, is unable to see what the end looks like because there's way too much pressure on them, so they're not able. And whether it be their own pressure, maybe it's their own baggage. So, for example, it could be someone that doesn't like commitment. So they'll be with you for the rest of their life, but they've already said, I'm never going to get married. Now, that's not a you issue, that's a them issue, and you cannot fix that, you cannot change that. But what you can do is that you can agree, yes, I will be this person with this person, they agree we're going to be mutual, we are exclusive, all of those wonderful things, but I just can't get that piece of paper. So we are going to be official, it just won't have that piece of paper. Now, you can either give, or you can either take that, or you can leave that. That's up to you. Now, if you do stay with that person, it's very possible that this person moving forward over the next 18 months is able to psychologically make a change in them. So whatever's lacking in there, or fear, or hurt, or trauma, that has made them decide, I'm never going to actually sign a piece of paper, perhaps that will resolve. So that's for those types of people. When it comes to just dating, you might find that you're thinking, or they're thinking, that you are exclusive when you're not. And there's a lot of pressure there for whatever reason. Enduring virtue, messages from the angels. Also, in couples, it might feel like the cultural or religious part of the relationship is overwhelming. And so to be patient and ask them to be patient with you. But they don't know that it's like that unless you tell them. And your partner can't tell you that unless you ask them. So this is a time of communication, Cancer, for you and your partner. So we have you feeling exhausted and tired. You're covering your heart. So something here is bothering you and hurting you. And also it might be making you feel uncomfortable enough to want to make that move. Asara says you're going to be fine, stars are there, reach for it, there is going to be some sort of compromise, there are going to be some challenges that push you to make some changes to be able to get to where it is that you want. You just have to follow that. Remember, patience. Andrew says that you are a light worker, so if you're working anywhere to do with the public basis or anything to do with legalities, contracts, unions, audits, anything like that as well, this is a good place for you to be. So if there's something you're just taking on now, perfect time for you. But what you do say to others or how you interact with others does help them on their journey. And Vanessa says this is a decision that you have to make all by yourself. You can't be pressured into it. You cannot be told what it's going to look like, feel like, and live like. That's something you have to do all on your own, Cancer. So now we're going to go on to Leo. Leo, our health, our day, and our job. Those are the areas that you are looking at this month, Leo. So when it comes to the 6th house, that is our work and our finances and our health. It's what our routine looks like, our day. So if you are someone that works, okay, major arcana card when it comes to our work. So there is a change. So we get that payout. So let's just start off with this. Someone in an authority has agreed that there is a payout, there's something there that will help financially on what your day-to-day routine looks like. And this is something that has happened before or is about to happen. It's happened before, the court date or the judgment is coming now. And this judgment is in your favor, and that is the financial reward that you need to be able to follow out your routine day. So, for example, this could be financial assistance because you have children, financial assistance because there's someone that's sick, financial payback from someone that you're suing, a payout from work because you've been laid off, something like that, money coming there that way as well. Also, full-time work. So if you've been working part-time and you wanted something more solid, then this is saying, yes, you get that. That is going to be full-time. Now, those of you, Leos, that have really been burning the candle at both ends, working too much and not having enough time for your family, or working too much and partying too hard, or doing too much with your friends and family or whatever, there needs to be some sort of balance there as well. It's also about balancing the books. So be careful that you're not audited this month, Leo, or as you're getting ready for audit time, whatever time that is for you in your country, make sure that you've got a professional to look over it first, because right now, at this moment in January, I'm telling you that the figures are wrong, okay? 100% your figures are wrong. They need to be checked by an expert. It is Mercury retrograde, and those need to be checked out before you get to tax time or whoever it is that looks at your books. Those of you looking for a job, you'll find that it won't happen immediately. It's going to happen perhaps in 3 weeks' time, but you'll have what you need to tide you over before then. When it comes to your home and your property, we do have the Two of Pentacles here. Now, this is your role within the family. So we're looking at family first. Your role within the family is that you juggle a lot. So you could be one of those people that drops off food, looks after the older people, drops in and, along the way. So I've dropped off at Auntie Sue's and I made sure that she's well and she's got her casserole. And then I went over to the sister's house and, dropped off some nappies or checked in to see if she was okay because she's lonely. And then, of course, I live with my parents and I look after them. So, whatever that role is. So you're the Miss Doer, Mr. or Mrs. Doer, and you do too much for other people. So we have to look at that and make some balance because you're being taken advantage of. It's also about, what part of my family am I going to continue with here? Where's this balance going to come into? Because it looks like December itself specifically showed you some challenges and brought up some overwhelming emotions, or showed you the true face of someone this month, Leo. And when it has shown that to you, you've realized that there has been some deep secrets, there has been some things that haven't been said out loud, which changes things for you. This is also going halves. So if I've decided that we are going to borrow money to buy a house, we're doing that together. Now, for you yourself and the property that you live, you're deciding, do I stay or do I go? You might be looking desperately to find somewhere, or you've taken time out to do that, or that you know that you have to do that further on. Because there is a purpose of right now, Leo, and then further on. So we're starting to look right now, and that's the date we will move in. Or we are starting to look right now, and then there's a break, and then we start again later on, because there's a gap in between the information that's passed. It's also about putting money into the property itself as well to maintain it for. So if you've bought this house, maybe you're going to do some renovation. If you've been looking up thinking, oh, I should move, I was looking, but now again, like I said, there's a date and then there's another date. So I was looking, now I've decided that I will have to stay for another couple of months, but I'm going to have to put some money in it to make it livable for myself. Then we come to our health, the Chariot card, Major Arcana card. This is 7. Ovaries, lower back, kidneys, veins, and buttocks, Leo. Leo, if you are looking after someone, there will be government assistance that will give you the money that you need for the entire year. Those of you that are unwell and rely on funds elsewhere, that money will be given in and divided out in quarterly manner for the entire year. Those of you that have been looking after parents, there may be one that passes or has just passed, and so you need to put in more help in the meantime, and looking at other family members for them. Like I said, you're getting taken advantage of. You're doing everything, most of the work, and the others aren't. So that needs to be looked at as well. Back to health. Chariot card. Okay, so we're trying to make progress, Leo, and we're doing all the right things. We might have fallen off the wagon, and now we're back to doing the right things. We never fell off the wagon, but we continue to do the right things. But we haven't seen much progress. We haven't seen much movement. And that's because we haven't got the rain. We haven't got the reins on this chariot held firm. So it's really pretty much going in the direction that it wants to. It needs to be firm. You need to take control of your health. This is an issue that only you can do. So that would mean that you're putting some money out there. Major Arcana card. Major transition. Major change of health. And that is by taking control, taking the reins into the direction that it is that you want your health to look like. This is going to cost you money, and this is going to be a major transformation. But you are going to have to take control, and you are going to have to get some movement in here. So if we're getting a physio, a chiropractor, a PT, starting to walk around, the neighborhood, whatever it is, movement getting in an expert. When it comes to your relationships, we do have the Six of Wands. Now, the Six of Wands is a public display and making it official. So those of you that are in a relationship, new, you're making it official. Those of you that have been in a relationship for a while, you're moving in together, making an announcement, having a union, getting engaged, announcing a pregnancy. Those of you that are already in a relationship, a long-term relationship, there's something for you to celebrate. It could be a milestone or, anniversary, but there's something differently. So here we go. Here we definitely are moving house or thinking about moving house. Someone's moving in. There's going to be some changes made, even those renovations. With that, better energy, making you feel better. And if you took off some of those hats, your life will be easier at home as well, even if you live on your own. After doing so much for everybody else, by the time you come home, you fall asleep on the couch. So if you do less for other people, by the time you come home, you'll enjoy being at home. Maya's saying you've got to look at those experts. You've got to look into the finer details. Somebody else has to look over it for you. And in terms of your health, there might be more than one that you need to hire. Archangel Uriel's here for your emotional self. He's the archangel of hurting, feeling, and emotions, and he's helping you get over that. And again, when it comes to your health, accepting what is, accepting those limitations, and if you're looking after someone, accepting those limitations that come with responsibility and obligations. Layla says this is time that you have to think about it. You've got to think, what do I want? How am I going to get it? And who's going to help me get there? Looks like you're on your own though, Leo, because the people that are beside you, you may have one person that stands strong, but everybody else that's looking at you straight in your face are lying to you. They're not on the same path as you. They don't believe or are committed to you and your improvement, because all they do is care about themselves. Okay, so now we're going on to Virgo. Virgo, sports, hobbies, dating, having fun, the innocent and enjoyable times of our life, including our children. For some of you, there is a pregnancy. For some of you, there is an IVF cycle starting. Those of you that are, okay, so let's start with one. So, going out, having fun, dating, looks like there will be a commitment and lots of fun going out and, learning about yourself in a relationship and making some sort of commitment with that. Those of you already in a relationship, looks like pregnancy and commitment is going to be there. Those of you that are in sports, making it official. Having some sort of treatment, but it also is not just on the body, it's on the mind as well. So maybe we need to get in some hypnosis, sports counselor, a coach, a psychologist. If there's been any kind of restlessness, resistance, limits, anything like that, we're looking at that direction. We're going to have to make a change there. When it comes to one of your siblings might, okay, for a small select few of you, so one of your siblings might be asking you to take care of the children while they go away and get some psychological help, but that's only for a small select few of you. All right, let's start with your finances and your work study and hobbies. This is the Queen of Cups. So there is going to be financial help there for you, so stop worrying so much about that. When it comes to a person at work that is going to be sympathetic, helpful, and listen to your issues about your job, your role, or the people that you work with, because there could be some lackluster, as in I'm not fitting in, I don't know how you feel about me, so maybe I want to get a bit of a review done, talking to HR, maybe it's not quite the right fit for you, so you want to be moved to another department, maybe you need more resources, anything like that where it comes to our work. We go and talk to someone, and it's a female who's been there for a while. I want to say this person's been there for at least 3 years, if that's helpful. Now, this woman's able to have empathy and sympathy whilst giving instruction and educating you, whether they enroll you or leave you with a mentor, so that you can get that extra study, that extra teaching, that extra help that you need to be able to progress in the way that you need to. But you need to be open and you need to be honest. Those of you looking for a loan, it looks like it's not going to happen this month. It's going to have to happen in March. But you'll be okay. You'll be able to tide your way through financially until you get there. There's money spent. So if you want to expand on, say, your skills, sports, children, or even dating in any of those areas. So if you want to expand into the area, you are going to have to get some money involved. you are going to have to get someone who that is their only job. So if I'm doing something for work, well, maybe I'm getting myself a coach, setting up the routine for the entire year. Maybe I'm spending some money on some extra products or extra equipment that I might need. If it's to do with starting a family, right, well, maybe I have to start IVF. Maybe I have to start taking vitamins. Maybe I have to get the house ready. Maybe I have to switch a house. So whatever it is that I'm focused on, that I need to expand on, I have to spend some money on there to get that end result. When it comes to your home, we do have the Sun card, the Pregnancy card as well. Not only that, but in your astrology as well. Sun card, Major Arcana card says that there is a major renewal and a major fresh start in your family, Virgo. Now, this could be any kind of birth as well. So it could be, a pet as well as yourself or a family member. Even if you're living with someone, they could become pregnant. The Sun card is also about freedom. It's about starting fresh, new cycle. So I know that this whole movement thing's been going back and forth. It looks like we're actually on that path now. So we're finding something. Now, I feel like it's 7 weeks. So you might find out this month and there's 7 weeks to get in there, or you find out this month and it takes 7 weeks before you feel like, yes, this is my home. For the family itself, there is a big shift in responsibility, leadership, roles, a real shake-up going on there. So someone's woken up this month and said, right, this is the way it's going to be. New year, new start, but they mean it. Okay, I know people have New Year's resolutions, they say these things and then they change their mind later. No, this month. And for you, Virgo, yourself, this is the year that if you write down what it is that you want and you write down the plan on how it is to get there with the steps that are included, and you budget yourself with money, food, exercise, time. So set yourself half an hour a day to study something. Set yourself an hour time a day to exercise. You set yourself an hour to research where it is that you want to be next for whatever that plan is. If you set it and do it, this is the year for freedom for you. Lastly, there is a welcoming. So whether it's a welcoming party into a new house, a welcome into the family, welcome to the new baby, welcome to a new partner, through marriage, whatever, there's a welcoming this month as well. When it comes to your health, we do have the Knight of Cups. Look, we're solidly and slowly advancing onto the next stage of our emotional recovery. And it looks like there's going to be some luck there. So through a challenge, you might get some advice from someone that is an outside the square that you actually hadn't seen. And because that's been pinpointed, it's now put that right in front of your face. And because you can see that now, you can see other things around it and think, yes, this is the starting point. This is the key I've been looking for. This is the puzzle piece. So now I can get on with that emotional fulfillment. Now, I'm not on the starting path because you're no longer a page, you're a knight. So I'm in the process of getting through my emotional recovery. And there's more work to do, but it's a challenge that sets it off for me to go out and seek that. It's also, I'm going to put this with an 11. So the 11th house is arteries, ankles, calves, legs, and shins. So that area of your body, lucky break, if it's broken, dislocated, in that area, which is arteries, ankles, calves, legs, and shins. So anything in that area. So a lucky injury, lucky surgeon, lucky thing around that will sort it out for good and make it stronger than it's ever been. All right, relationships. We have got the Four of Pentacles. First of all, some of us are thinking about moving in together. Second of all, someone is thinking about getting married. Thirdly, what's on the table is family, whether that be culture, religion, or family members themselves. This is on the table of where the issue is for some of you people. So I have an issue with this person's family, or my family have an issue with my partner. Somewhere along the line, that's it. So if you're defending yourselves as a unit with the family of both of you, or you're defending your partner from your family, or vice versa, there's a family issue here on the table that's causing conflict. Second of all, it looks like someone's all in and someone's nearly all in. Again, this might be the overwhelming thing because it looks like financially we're up and down and worried and emotional about that. But when it comes to our health, we're also worried about our movement moving forward and what that future looks like for us with limitations. But those limitations are nearly finished, and that is down to finding luck, which is going to make it stronger than it ever was. With our Adoring Virtue, Virgo. Those of you that are going to court over custody of children, it's going to be an alternative method. It won't be the regular 4-3, 5 on, 5 off. It won't be. It will be varied. It will not be like that. Okay, Archangel Raphael's there with your physical health. Your luck's there. Look, you've got the luck there. And emotionally, you're going to feel really stable. Your feet are going to be stable as you cross forward and move forward. So that's that card there. Okay, Grace and Antoinette. This is going to go with your relationship. That's also going to do with your financial situation as well. Talk to someone. Okay, tell them what it is that you want, tell them what it is that you have, tell them what it is that you need to get between here and get what it is that you want. So they might be able to help you up the course, get someone that can pay you, cash jobs on the weekend, someone that can help you with your resume, someone that can help you with training, whatever. Talk to someone, there will be help there. When it comes to your family, though, with the relationship, you need to sit down and talk to your partner about it and just say, is this something that we're both going to fight through to the thickest against our family with? Or do we both need to sit down and have a conversation with each other and split? Or do we both need to sit down with a conversation with each other and then approach our family together? Archangel Michael, he's the head of the deck. So like I said, we've got the Sun card, major transition, major freedom, major movement, major moment moving forward. Archangel Michael's here with that, with any limitations, any changes to what our future looks like, any kind of resistance that we may have ourselves, will we fight ourselves. This year, Virgo, it's very, very important that you take the best part of the Virgo and focus only on that. Because through the last 8 months or so, your worst part of the Virgo has been overshadowing, controlling the parts of your life. So that's the difference you need to make there. And Archangel Michael's there with you, helping you, making sure you stick to the plan. Andriel says that what you're saying to other people this month is going to help them out. Now we're going on to Virgo, Libra. Libra, it's all about your home this month. Now, your home, who you look after, there is going to be some changes there with that. The challenges is what your routine looks like. Your health, as it stops you from, does it keep you at home, stops you from going to work? Is it someone that you live with and look after that is causing difficulties for you at home? Because the 4th house is what you're looking at all of this month. The challenges come from the 6th house, which is competition, it's health, it's routine, it's work. And also, I'm going to throw in there memories of the past. So you're putting someone on a pedestal that shouldn't be there. You're living in old memories. You need to move on from that. Something to do with that, Libra. When it comes to your finances, career, study, and work, Libra, it looks like you've got a sleepless night, whether it was, sleepless night or sleepless nights. Somewhere along the line, you think you're in trouble, you've lost your job, you're worrying about finances, you're asleep, you're not asleep, hands over your face, and you're really worried. Maybe you've put everything on the line. So maybe there was a bit of a gamble here. For some of you, the scenario looks like 468. So that scenario for you looks like I'm wanting to sell my house. I didn't get quite the amount that I wanted, or it's taking longer to sell my house than what it was. Second scenario, there's been issues in the house with people that I look after, or someone that's supposed to look after me that hasn't been living up to that responsibility. And so now I'm going to have to look to somebody else to get in to be able to help me so that I'm able to leave the house or have help around the house. For others, this is about working from home with my passive income and finding that duo, that balance between that duo. With our finances, we've put everything on the line. Maybe there was a bit of a gamble. Also, we're looking at finding enough money to stretch to be able to cover all the things that are at home. If we haven't got a job, wishing I had a job, trying to look for a job, putting everything out there to be able to get a job, or hating the job, not wanting to go to work, waking up, no, I don't want to be there. When it comes to your home, there's an issue with the home as well. Someone there is not sorry. This person could throw their weight around, Libra. This person could be, looks like they're very cold, uncaring, unemotional, but creates challenges, disturbances around the family or the property itself. For some of you, this looks like police might be called and that person is removed, even if there's violence there, for that as well. Someone here also might not be feeling so great about themselves. Maybe they're grieving someone. Maybe they've lost their old self. Maybe they don't feel themselves, and so they're mourning that. Be a bit more compassionate towards that person, or if you're that person and they're not being compassionate to you. Now, when it comes to the World card, again, we've got this card came out for someone else, so watch your sun, moon, and rising. The World card is about I've completed what it was, and now as I'm moving into 2024, I'm starting a new cycle. So that could be I'm having some sort of surgery or procedure, I'm starting a new diet or physical routine. I am putting money into, aesthetics or vitamins or chiropractor, colonic, Botox, blah, blah, blah. I'm doing something like that. So I'm starting a new cycle. And this cycle is worth it. This cycle is going to ground you. This cycle is going to make you feel more steady. It's going to make you feel more in control and make you feel more solid with the thought process. Because it's the thought process on a daily basis that needs to be stable. So once your head's straight, the rest could be straight. When it comes to your love, we've only got good news there. No bad news there at all. If we're looking at signs, it's going to be Sagittarius, Aries, or a Leo. During virtue messages from the angels, Libra is... Again, we're definitely at the end of the cycle here. Now, for some of you... okay, so if we've lost a child or a family member and we're grieving, maybe we're ready to start... a family again, if it's a child. If it's not your own child that you've lost, it could be that a family member that we've lost that we're starting to feel whole again, or starting to feel like we can open the door and walk out in a better way than we have been coping so far. This card is about having the support that we need to start or conclude, which is exactly the same as the World card. To start or conclude something that is a cycle, and we have the support that we need around us. So that could be in any situation, financial, family, health-wise, or in love. Love's fine, so don't worry about that. We could be having a baby. This also is a love card. It's renewed love or new love. So again, like I just said, we could be making it official and then announcing that we're pregnant, one or the other. But it's also when it comes to finances, because this is not just about new love. This is like a Venus card. So this is what is valuable. It's my finances, my morals, my value system. Not just financially or with beautiful things, but how do I feel valuable in the group of people around me, whether it be one-on-one, whether it be my workmates, whether it be with the groups that I hang out with. Do I feel valuable? Do I feel insecure? Do I value them? Has there been a shift? Has there been some sort of challenge that's come out in my health or my work where I feel like I'm no longer part of this group, or I need better friends, or I need to socialize more? That is what we're looking here. So this card is about new or refreshed values and finances as well. And lastly, we've got Angel. That this card's come out a lot for everyone this year. So this means that when you're out and about talking to others, you're making someone's day better. So never think that you're useless, or, well, I shouldn't say. One word, one sentence, one hello, one compliment could be enough to change someone's life. Okay, Scorpio, what you're looking at all of this month is your perspective, duties, appointments, details, competition, any kind of online. Maybe there's a small study, because we're looking at 3, 5, and 7 for you. But all month we're looking at the 3rd house. So this is about your communication. This is about my mental abilities. This is my creativity. If I work in any kind of air, so broadcasting, airwaves, telecommunications, transport, advertising, teaching, local teacher, small teaching, anything to do with that. It's also about the psychological as well, because it's our perspective. And I feel like our perspective is changing, because where the challenge is for us is having fun, children, sports, having fun and hobbies, dating, children, and all siblings as well. And where we're going to get a lucky break through a challenge is through the commitment and perhaps even an argument that sets that off, to be able to change our perspective think in a different way, react in a different way. When it comes to our finances, do watch this again. Do watch your Sun, Moon and Rising. These exact cards came out almost in the exact same position for at least two sides already. So in our financial sector, at work, in our mind, we feel less than. We might feel like we're getting less resources, not enough resources as in people, money and time. We might be feeling left out. We might be feeling like the position that we've got, perhaps we want a slight change, tangent change, need more training, small changing, having some sort of course that I have to learn to do better. And that's the challenge, is being able to speak out. Now, this is a female. Now, I feel like she's been here for at least 2 years on, this female. Or maybe it's a very feminine person or someone that's very empathetic. Go and talk to this person. They'll be able to give you the advice, the help, paperwork, HR, whatever it is that you need to be able to get there. So it doesn't just have to be study. It might be that they pair you up with a mentor and that person can walk you through it until you feel confident on your own. When it comes to just finances, it looks like you might need to do a course. It might look to learn how to do your own. It might look like you have go and have a few appointments and set someone up to set up your accounts for you, or setting up for you to do TAFE or university, or doing some sort of study to be able to look after your money better. Also, bill collectors, money returning to you, or you having to pay debts as well. This is also about the skills that you have, and you might be wanting to update that. And any documents you have, you might be transferring them. So it might be from paper to digital, or digital to iCloud, or digital to hard drive. Something about that renewing system is going to happen. I want to do that before March the 26th, because I feel like you will lose if you don't. Knight of Cups when it comes to home. So we're looking about our future and how we move forward in a solid, competent and confident way. Now, you're either moving itself purposefully, Scorpio, or someone's coming to you. Now, if it's about you moving, or even buying, I suppose, you might be doing a half share, whether it be a holiday half share or you're living in a house that is a house share. And through this process, over the 3-month period of time, through the lucky circumstances that come through a challenging time, your mindset, you get a lucky break in your perspective and see things differently, which change the way that you think, which makes your day better, which makes your life better, because it gives you more confident, a little bit more daring to push yourself to get further. And you don't have that right now, but it's coming. Family itself, you might hear from an old family friend or a family member you haven't seen for a while, might just pop in or ring up and say, I'm coming for a visit. When it comes to your health, this has come in a lot of people's health section this month. This is the whole hereditary thing. So we're talking uterus, digestion, breast, stomach, and womb. A lot of you, it's hereditary, so I don't know what's going on here. So there must be an awful lot of people with period problems, prostate problems, family problems, pregnancy problems, because this card's come up a few times. So that's what you're looking at this month, Scorpio. Now, if it's anything else, so what is the 4th house? Uterus, digestion, breast, stomach, and womb. It could be that your home life, so the psychological self which you grew up with, which has all your triggers and how you feel about yourself and how you prepare yourself in any way emotionally moving forward, that has come under, with these challenges, has come up to the surface, and you're forced to make changes there. And so this card, not just being in the family way, is the family home life that built me the structure that I have, that is my coping mechanisms now. But through a challenging time or sequence that I go through, I will change that. I will seek out a better psychological way to move forward without using these triggers and coping mechanisms that hurt me. So my daily life, home life and work life are causing me to have mental, depression, feeling lackluster, feeling not good, feeling like I don't want to leave the house. So that has got me, something will challenge me and push me and make me go out. Maybe I'll lose my top, maybe I'll, just lose my shit. And that will get someone to say, oh, you need some help, or you go, I need help. This challenging situation forces you to look at it and get that help. And it won't be overnight, but the journey starts now, and you will feel a lot better. Your life will change. Throughout 2024, you won't be, let's just say, I'll give a date. Let's just say approximately mid-July, July 17th. Don't know why that pops up, but that's the date. You will feel 70% better about yourself and your life than you do today. Guaranteed. Write it down in the email if that doesn't, in the comments if that doesn't happen. Guarantee that's going to happen. With our love life, some of you are having babies. Definitely having babies. This is major arcana card. Some of you have freedom from a relationship. Now, this is this I feel like would be a relationship that's been going on for, say, 6+ years. If it's broke, you are now free. For everybody else, this is a start of a brand new cycle for me. There's freedom. There's expectations. There's children. There's a cycle. There's a legacy about this relationship, and it's big, and it's yours this month. During Virtue, messages from the angel Scorpio. No, these cards just definitely wanted to jump out. Okay, so past loved one that is past, specifically child or childhood friend. So your child, sibling, childhood friend, someone you lost very young, or you were young and you've lost them, is with you right now during this time. So what you're grieving, what you're losing, what you're like this big change that's going to happen. You're going to be forced to, in this echo chamber, for you to lose your crap, to force you to get the help you need, and this is the turning point for you. Your partner, this new person, this person that you already have, I want to say Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, could be the significant factor. So you could, if you're single, you could meet this person and that's the person, the catalyst that starts it, or you could join this group and meet them through that. Okay, so family is protected, so don't worry about that. And also your hereditary self is protected. You are protected through the different hurts, psychological and physical hereditary hurts that are going through. You are protected through this process. No, this is not the time for you to throw it all in and just run away. I know you might feel like it at some stage. That's not going to come through. What your biggest fear is, what your biggest worry, and it's not actually even a real thought, it's your fears that you are projecting onto someone else, or projecting it out loud. It's not real. That is not going to happen, so stop thinking that. Vanessa says that you need to sit down and decide what it is that you want for yourself. Do you want the same as you've always had? Because everything's lining up for you this month, Scorpio, for you to be able to change things permanently. And it's really up to you on whether you're going to do that or not. Okay, we have moved on to Sagittarius. Sagittarius, we're looking at our salary all of this month, and we're also taking some time off and looking at what our debts are. So we might be getting a expert in to look at our accounts, and so we can financially set ourselves up payments for the year, which includes savings. We're talking about our boss about more money. We're talking about our boss for some time off, because we've got the 10 of Wands in our work and finance. And this looks like a lot of pressure that you're putting on yourself. I feel like for some of you that this is pressure you put on yourself. It's not pressure from your boss. But if it isn't that situation, there's two ways for that. You're putting pressure on yourself because you're an overachiever, or you are so frightened you're going to lose your job, or you've put this on yourself. There's so much pressure on, and it's very hard to be you because you're carrying it all the time. The other way this can be is that that's happening, but it's because you're being manipulated and gaslit, okay, by the person that pays you. This person here is working so hard and carrying everything, but he's lost his load. Like, his load was on his shoulders, now it's slipped forward. So it should be here, but now it's like that. And so he can't see. He's carrying too much. He can't see his way forward. He can't even see footsteps in front of him because it's work, 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 work. There is some baggage here. There is some resistance here. You have work on your mind all the time. And it's an insecurity in you. And this is affecting your, so for you, it's about my finances are everything to me. My job is everything to me because that's my biggest fear. And that comes from, because we're looking at 2, 4, and 6. So this is something you've grown up with, this lack, which makes you so freaked out that is what you obsess about. It's also any insecurities I have, because the second house is also about valuable things, not just values as in pretty things I have, values as in value, but what I find valuable, what is really meaningful to me. This friend of mine is very valuable to me. How do I feel in groups, in my work, and in networks? How do I feel about that? Because there's something this month that's going to make you feel lack. It could be internal, it could be external, but you're feeling insecure about it this month. Now, on top of that, your home, there's a challenge at home. Now, it could be because of what you've grown up with, what you learned from your childhood, or the home itself. Now, it could be that there's some lockdowns, it could be power outages, it could be something's blocking you from your home. So if you were planning on moving, there might be a delay. If you aren't moving, then there could be roadworks, which are creating a real problem getting in. It could be the neighbours, they're parking in your spot. So there's some sort of delay or stop around your actual home there for you. Some of you are going to need to be looked after by family, and it might only be for 2 weeks, but that might have to happen as well. At home, the Hierophant card. So again, this is a major arcana card, and so some of you might be moving in with siblings, some of you are buying. Maybe that's you're buying or selling, and that's why you're working so hard. Like you're just not stopping. You can't see anything at all. Head down, working, that's it. So maybe it's because you're buying. The Hierophant card is also looking at the differences and the changes, because this is a religious person, but there's all sorts of different religions. There's the Orthodox, the unorthodox. There's many different sources of a god, and the routines and the practices that go with that. So within the family, there might be a tradition or something that we've always done, and it's a major thing this year, or that there is a major change this year that makes us look into a different way of coping, look into a different way of living on a day. So maybe you become vegan, maybe you start seeing a psychologist, maybe you have joined the local church, maybe you've joined you've joined something, because this is a major arcana card. Now, for others, there's a christening or a wedding involved. When it comes to your health, we do have the King of Swords. This is about a procedure or an operation that looks to go well. There's 2 messages with that, so it might be that we're in there for 2 days. It might be that it's delayed for 2 days, or it's delayed and then we go. Or it might be that we need to come back for a follow-up appointment and then another procedure, or we come back for a follow-up, which is actual a procedure as well. So it's a 2-step. Looks good, looks recovery, it looks great. When it comes to your love, all the bad things are coming to an end now. It's been some rocky road, bad weather, now things are back on track. If you're single, you'll find that this month in January, Sagittarius, that you might meet someone that's very close by. Now, it would be really funny if it was a situation like, this is what I'm saying, it would be really funny if you're drunk on your way home and struggling to find your keys, and your neighbour, someone who lives in the neighbourhood, comes over. Or if you drop something, someone in the neighbourhood or the local car park. So someone local and in a situation where there's a struggle, and this could be the way that these two meet. Drawing virtue messages from the angel Sagittarius. So yeah, you are having a difficult time. So Archangel Raphael is about your physical self. Healing, great, wonderful. Recovery, no problem. Don't even worry about it. This card is only for the physical. So the angel's there for the physical. And then you've got Archangel Michael, and he's for everything. He's your entire life. He is your guide. He is God. He is the person who's with you, standing, holding your hand, being your support system, your confidant, your the push that you need. Hold your hand, the person that soothes you through every of your major steps in your life. And it looks like this work and this home situation, he's there for that as well. So whatever this major thing that's happening at home, you've got this major guy here, and whatever it is to do with this, he's there with that as well. Lastly, we've got Serena here, which is saying that there's money, support, help, lots of good news to come. Maya says that we're going to have an expert to look at things. We're looking at the expert approach. We might have to go unorthodox to get that. So maybe we do a short accounting course which gets all of our budget, all written down with the right. So with this course, I've decided to do a budgeting course, and with it comes a free journal that has all the pieces of paper that I need for January, February, March, April, right? So whatever it is that you incorporate or see an expert about has something there, physical and tangible, that you can use throughout the year that will help you financially be better off. And also the same with your health as well. Okay, now we're going on to Capricorn. Capricorn, it looks like you have a bunch of firsts and new this year. So maybe you're going to do something about the way that you look, something different, maybe change the hair up, something to do. So from here, or lose some weight, new wardrobe. So how people see you and your title is going to change this year. Some of you are making a relationship official. Some of you are agreeing to joining a group or some sort of fun activity, and you're agreeing and committing to that, and it's something that will be local. Others, we are joining a local class, hobby, and it's local. That is going to make you feel like you've got more energy and get out to meet more people. For others, we're doing a perspective change by allowing ourselves to have more fun. It seems like things have been really difficult. We've put a lot of obligations and responsibilities. So I'm looking at 1, 3, and 5. And 3 is about perspective, but that's where our challenges are. So the challenge is to challenge the way we perceive, the way we live our daily thinking. So duties, appointments, schedules, things like tasks, abilities, documents, how we store things, all those different things. So there's a challenge there on changing that, on improving that. And through that challenge brings in a solution, Capricorn, that is long lasting. When things change in May for you, that's a setup for 29 years. So the thing that changes in May sticks around for 29 years. Okay, so looking at your cards. When we're looking at our job, career, and finances, we are looking out to see where there's more. So if you have a job, you might be looking out somewhere closer to home, somewhere that's better, someone that earns more money, someone that's got more hours. If you're university, you're nearly completed, and you might be deciding to add on something extra, or you're completing that course and then looking at, where am I going now that I've got this, degree, where am I going to work with it? Am I going overseas? Am I going to this state, this local, whatever? I've got it. Now what am I going to do? And that's through the course of this year. But your challenges are how you keep that mind, the creativity, keep the mental activity going. That's where your challenges are going to be. And the solution to that is the 5th house. The 5th house is having fun. It's hobbies. It's childlike. It's dating. It's sex. It's also kids, and for a slight few siblings. So that will help with that. So if I let this go for a bit and go out and have a bit of fun, when I come back and need to use this again, it's freer. It's easier. I don't have to sit there with my head in my shoulders, my head in my hands, because it's working better. Everything's rolled and turning right. So what's outside will make this better. Also, finances. We're looking about where we can put our money. So for some of you Capricorns, you're looking at where you can invest your money or invest your skills to gain more. Also, there's some sort of competition. You might win a scholarship, win a, what do you call it? Oh, I forget the word. Apprenticeship. You're chosen. You're the chosen one. It's also about promotion as well. So if you ask, you shall receive. Home. 8 of Cups. So emotionally, Capricorn, we're leaving all the things that are deep-rooted feelings behind in 2024, and we're moving forward. We're solid. We're happy. They're all lined up, nicely completed, all sitting there, and we've got our role. We're not even leaning on it. No support needed. We're just going towards it. We do have the eclipse there as well. So this year, Capricorn, in a home sense, as in family, we're leaving behind that which is really deep-seated. So this can be grief, this can be separation. So birth, death, marriages. So we could have lost someone through grief, separated or divorced. Even some of you, if you've lost some money, we've put it behind us, we've accepted. So we've accepted what it was, we've accepted what is, and we've decided that we're now moving forward and leaving that behind, because I can't carry it on my back, because everything here has to change. 1, 3, and 5. So this has to change. So I have to physically put it behind me and leave. So some of you are doing it with the family issues, saying goodbye to a family member, and or the family home moving. We're leaving it all behind and we're moving, and we're very happy about it. When it comes to our health, we've got the Fool card, another major arcana card. It's interesting, watch your sun, moon, and rising, and a lot of major arcana cards have come out, but this is the first time the Fool's come out. So the Fool card, what is that? Oh, it's about being young, free, carefree, careless, going out, seeing where the wind blows, seeing where the wind takes me, seeing what's out there. And so with your health this year, you're going to have no expectations on yourself. You're not going to be cruel to yourself. What you're going to do is you're going to set yourself a goal, and you're going to set yourself little goals to reach that big goal, and you're going to get outside to lose weight and make your health better. You're going to meet up with friends to get the mind working better. You're going to get out, because you need to get out. The Full card is 0, starting fresh and being free. I've got no resistance. There's no boundaries. I'm getting out. I can have all that I want, and that's what you're doing this year, Capricorn. Now, this is a major arcana card, and you just take what you have with you. That's it. He hasn't got a backpack. He's just got a stick. He's just gathered what was right next to him, and off he goes. So it's about having that release and having a release. It's an emotional one as well, because remember I said we're leaving these family things alone. And it's such a relief, this perspective change through this challenge. The release, the relief, the leaving it behind makes you this. This is what you will look like for most of the year, Capricorn. So health is great. Lovers card, major arcana card. So the major arcana card in the lovers spot is about partnership. So if you're not in a committed relationship, you will be. So if you're single, you'll meet someone very important for you in January. This will continue on through the year. Now this will go down in 2 ways. First of all, this is someone that will be my match. You met your match, it's that person. For others, this could be something of a lesson that you learn about codependence. So if you've been with this person for a while, you'll find that things become more challenging. And through that, even though it's challenging, it's still lucky for you, because you have to experience it, you have to live it, you have to be able to feel it, to be able to understand what codependency means. It could be you, it could be them. It could be that through this experience, you understand that I am stronger when I don't have to. I don't have to have somebody else's baggage and issues on me just because I love them. Do I love someone so much that I'm going to lose me? Because that's the question. Am I chained to this person? Is this person dominating me? Is this person restricting me? Is this person doing something? Because this is karmic. Tempting me, controlling, gaslighting, manipulating. Is this person tying me, grounding me to a place I don't need to be? Because this, for you, Capricorn, it's about being released and relief and going, because this is you all year. And then for the other half, it's about meeting the love of your life. So, Drawing Virtue messages from the angels. Okay, quite a psychic time for you this month, Capricorn. Any dreams that you have, especially any dreams of childhood, are going to be really important for this, leaving that behind. You're going to be tired, you're going to be working hard, but you're going to be feeling good, because even though I'm feeling tired, I'm feeling relieved tired, I'm feeling reward tired. I've pushed myself good, I've pushed myself a little bit further, and so I've gained more. So that's what this card is for you. Crystal is saying that what you want, what you hope, what you dream for is on the other side of the mountain. So any negativity that pops up this month, Capricorn. This star is saying, have faith and hope because there is something positive and new on the horizon that you can't see yet. Akasha, again, is a very psychic card. And Rosetta is saying you might be feeling a little bit more childlike. You might be feeling, well, like I said, 1, 3, and 5. So children, outside having fun, dating, having sex, siblings, all that. So everything that goes with that. Also, compassion for yourself and that child that you used to be. Now we're going to go on to Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius, all of this month you are focused on your endings, the deepest secrets that are behind closed doors and at the lowest of the low, the darkest of oceans. Oceans never have an end for some of them. And this is right down at the bottom. What's in the back, the skeletons in the closet? What is behind closed doors? Where are the secrets? The things that only you know about or you don't know about and you hear about. All the things below the surface are being stirred up and creating a challenge and creating an environment where that you put an end to it, where you go, I can't cope with this anymore, so this is just how it's going to have to be, whether you like it or not. Okay, great for you. Okay, so Aquarius, in your finance, we have the Moon card. In your family and home, we have the Emperor card, so 2 major arcana cards. We've got some happy news in your health, and we've got some lucky escapes and good news and passion when it comes to partnerships. 12, 2, and 4. So our challenges are coming in and insecurities and the duo, the other person in our value system around us. Do we waste money to make ourselves feel good? Do we waste money on someone to try and impress them or make them love us more? Do we have insecurities in a partnership or a union? Do we have insecurities in our value as a team, within a group, within a network system? Where is it that our value about ourselves and how we feel about ourselves going to be a challenge that's bringing up? The other thing is that challenges when it comes to salary and finances, how I pay my bills, some sort of challenge there is going to force you to end something and then to start forward. So, for example, someone might have just started a job, and so that means that as we're going into 2024, there's a new avenue of income. So that's new. It's a new cycle. It's an end of an old cycle. And that's how I'm going to pay my bills for my family. For others, it's the end of a cycle on what I owe because I'm setting up a routine or I'm setting up a system to be able to pay off my bills through a time delay or installments, so that I will then be happy if everything's been covered what I owe. So what I do earn, I can pay for my daily expenses in my home. In our financial sector, we do have the Moon card. Now, the Moon card is a major arcana card, and it is about cycles. Now, for some of you, you are selling a property and getting that mortgage, selling a property and taking the money that you gain from that and starting off in a new life. Some of you are buying a property and putting that money in there and ending that cycle of renting. The Moon card is an interesting card for you today, because what I feel that this card is saying is that there's other avenues for you to collect money. And money's not going to be, money still is very valuable to you, but it's not the hill I'm going to die on. So I would rather walk away from getting my $100 back and not have to deal with someone who I'm not going to. So that $100 isn't worth it for me. I'm like, no, I don't want it, don't care, keep your 100. Never have to see you again. So it's about my value system and what is important to me and what I won't sell out for. Because the Moon card is saying is that when it comes to how you earn your money, there can be orthodox and unorthodox ways of doing it. You could have 2 jobs. You could have 3 jobs. You could be not working and getting financial assistance. There is a cycle, though, of where you need to, there might be a bit of confusion of, changes in the numbers and what it's going to look like. So maybe you thought you worked more and deserved more money, or maybe you got more money than you realised because you worked over the public holiday. It was 3 times more an hour than you thought, and you're like, because there's some confusion when it comes to looking at the money that I have and it not adding up to what I thought it was going to be now. Some it could be a happy surprise, because for others it can be I didn't get enough. But the point of that is that then we're actually looking into our salary and our finances and what we rely on, and we're looking to see how we can make that stretch and what is most important. So what is the most important? Oh, I can give up smoking, I can give up drinking, I can give up getting my nails done, I can sacrifice. So I can give up something to have more money, so I got more money without earning that money. That kind of thing that's going on there. The other thing is that you might find that a family member, specifically a parent, or blood relative, offering or asking for money, squabbling over money as well, especially if there's been like, if someone's passed, family squabbling over money, it's a big thing. Or someone is, a family member needs money and some people want to put money towards it and some people don't. Someone's died and we're fighting over the money. Someone's lost their independence, maybe it's an Alzheimer's thing, so people are arguing over who gets to have the signatory for that. Your own personal financial system, there's a disagreement and a change in how that cycle is going to be from now on. How you owe, how you pay off, how you earn, what you stop wasting money on and get to keep that money on without actually having it earned in for you. When it comes to home, we've got the Emperor card. You're dealing with someone here who is rageful, manipulative. This person likes to set the rules, may not even follow them themselves, but likes to set the rules. Now, for you, if this is someone that's doing this to you, it could be you doing it to others, taking the advice from someone old, and I want to say, when I say old, don't take it that way, older as in old, as in over the age of 60. Not, everyone thinks that people in 40s are old. So, I mean someone grey. Someone who looks like that. He's not a young king, he's an old king, and he's a wise king. So, if we're having to talk to the bank and ask for extended time, there will be terms and conditions, but it will work through. If we're talking to a landlord, we might be given extra time, but there's something very firm about it. So you do get the reprieve and you do get the relief, but there's conditions, terms with that, connected to that. As far as family member or flatmate, you just have to set it. This is what it's going to be. If you don't like it, out. Health, we've got 3 of Cups, happy to celebrate something there to do with our health. 3 is our teeth, vocal cords, speech system, arms, hands, shoulders, everything here and then here. Good news in that. Love, Queen of Wands. So, some of you might be deciding that this is the person that you want to grow a harvest with. So, a future, children, legacy with this person. And it's Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. If you are already in a relationship, maybe it's a new one, maybe there was a blowout, things back on track. If you're single, you might meet someone, and if you do, I would never have done that. It's just so not my type. If you are already in a relationship, it might be a bit of a hiccup, but you will survive. Direction messages from the angels, Aquarius. There's a lucky, even the challenge that comes with the home, there is luck with it, and it ends any torment or long-term challenges that have been sitting next to it. And I feel like this has been going on for like 8 months. Okay, spending money on a pet, being compassionate with those younger around you, and being compassionate with those that are less fortunate than you. This is air signs. This is you, Aquarius. Make that plan, write it down, manifest it, keep saying it, keep thinking it. Don't take no for an answer. Going forward, that's where your prosperity is. Your loved one that has passed is telling you that you're able to seek that solitude, to seek that relief, to seek that reconciliation for your own values, for your own self, and to grieve what you have lost of yourself, and to be more confident in yourself. because as you're moving into this year 2024 Aquarius, your challenges is to let go of the lifelong habits that you have that you berate or beat yourself for and guilt for and shame for through factors outside of yourself, to leave that behind and to love yourself instead. So what you've always done, do the opposite. This is also in your dealings with others. Pick your hill you're going to die on. Could I be bothered? Like I said before, if I want to never see that person again, I'd rather not have the $100. It's not worth it to me. Okay, Aquarius, Pisces, last one. It is going to be a sociable time for you, networking time, spending a lot of time on the internet, whether it be that's your job or on social forums. Some of you would actually get a bonus, earn excess, luck by doing any kind of survey, an online survey. So if you could be part of that, that actually has some really good connections to it that will really, really, really help you out. Lots of cards for you, Pisces. Let's run through them. Let's be cautious about what it is that we wish and dream for. Let's be cautious about trusting faces just because we're related or love them, because it is not always what we see as true. We have to think about ourselves, all right? Now, Pisces, it's about being dreamed, dreamlike state, daydreaming, looking stoned, looking drunk, on some sort of mind-altering hypnosis, anywhere where the mind can drift and is in an alternative reality, not here. That is a really good place for you to be, and you need to pull yourself back from there now, because you've been there. Now you have to set it down in reality. You have to make it reality. You have to write it down, and then you have to take the steps, and you have to move forward for that to happen. A child, a loved one who has passed, Pisces, is giving you the strength, telling you, yes, it's going to happen. Yes, this is your year. Yes, what you've been thinking about and dreaming about, don't doubt yourself, because it is what you see. It is there. I am with you. I do love you. And then you've got the yes card. So yes, can't be better than that, Pisces. And then we've got Archangel Uriel, and that is the angel just of emotion, just of the heart. And you're dealing with 11, 1, and 3. So what challenges are is what you see in the mirror. What you see in the mirror that you don't like about yourself, that's your challenge. You have to get rid of that. What you see in the mirror that you can change about yourself is great, because this is the year to do it. The other challenges that you have are in the area of perspective change, the way you can communicate. So there might be a language issue, learning a new language, learning a new code, learning a new way to do communication. So it could be a new computer, a new software system, communication, code. There's a new way of doing that. Finances, King of Swords. King of Swords says there is money there when you need it. If you're at the last minute, there is money there where you need it. It's just be the last minute. For others, this is about what I was thinking about. I'll have to go back to the drawing board because it's happening now. Yes, the yes card's right. But do also understand that Mercury retrograde. So yes, this is definitely the time for you to publish it. But also understand that there needs to be a first draft and a final draft. And then yes, go for it. If you have made a giant mistake, apologize. Just apologize. It'll go over, disappear, gone. It's like dropping something, scooping it up and putting it in the bin. It's actually over. Just apologize and let it go. The King of Swords is also about reconciliation. So reconciling our finances, reconciling with a co-worker, reconciling with our boss. Also being honest. If there's an issue with a co-worker, if you're the boss, someone's going to want to be honest with you. There's honesty around leadership, yourself, and leadership. When it comes to our home, we've got the Hanged Man. He was in reverse. What I'm going to say here is that patience is required, and the more that you wrap yourself up in knots, the longer it's going to take. And also, when you wrap yourself up in knots, check on who is around you that seems to look like they're enjoying it more. Does someone turn up and make you feel like shit and then leave, and that's their day? They've just made themselves have the great day. That's what they came over for. They came over to look down, be condescending, treat you like crap, and then they leave, and you have had the worst day and carry on feeling like that for the rest of the day. But they leave, and they're on a high because that was wonderful. Look at yourself in the mirror. What do you hate? What do you love? You have to work on what it is that you love and only promote that. Because the Hanged Man is saying that the more you tie yourself up and get into knots, who are you doing that? What audience are you doing that for? Because they love it. The other one about this is that patience is a virtue. If you could untie yourself, maybe you're being overcomplicated, maybe you are being overdramatic, maybe it's not as complicated as you think it is, and maybe you need someone to be honest and say that to you. It is not as complicated as you think, because it feels like if you just uncomplicated it, it's not like it's forceps, it's really only, maybe it's a visual thing, because sometimes you can see double vision. I feel like it could be that for you. Close your eyes, take a moment, take a deep breath in, and let it out, like an analog. It's no longer double vision. There's an easier way out. You're making things complicated. Also, some people that think that it was worse than it was will find out in actual fact that it's not going to be as bad as you thought it was. Hangman is also a major arcana card that says wait. Even though you feel like you can't wait any longer, you feel like you're desperate, wait. It's also saying that there is a plateau as well on movement. So maybe you've been waiting for something to happen, and it does start to happen, and then it stops. And you're like, oh my God, I'm waiting for so long, that's it, throw the baby out with the bathwater. Just be patient. There is always a pause, and then it's going to get going. New year for you, again, it's not going to start till March. In our house, we do have the 8 of Wands. Now, the 8th house is bladder, genitals, sex organs, reproductive system, hemorrhoids, muscular system, hernias, rectum and prostate, toxins as well. So for some of you, you're going to find out that the results in that I just said, that's the positive result you're going to get. For others, it's about looking after that area and the answers being shown at you. So you've got something that is a guideline, and that guideline is being pointed at you, giving you that information. Now, that information you're supposed to then point yourself and direct yourself that way. If someone's pointing this out to you and you're just going, and then you just keep going that way, then you're not going the direction that you need to go, and you're never going to get there. You could be stuck in that 7-year cycle where you have to wait another 7 years for this opportunity to turn up. Really up to you. Answers are coming in shortly. We're all on the same page. There's a creative solution to getting all 3. I don't know why 3. There's a solution. We're all on the same page to get all 3 things sorted in one go. 1, 2, 3. When it comes to our love death card, we are transitionally open. We're transitioning in an open and loving way in our love life. If you are single, you will be in a couple. If you're in a couple, you will graduate to the next level. For some of you, if you're in a couple, you will separate. Now, this is a major arcana card, so this is something you've been waiting for a while, Pisces. Interesting. We've got the Vanessa card here. I'm going to go with this with the relationship. There's a decision here that needs to be made. And again, I'm going to say, look in the mirror. Is it you? Is it them? There's a decision that needs to be made. Be honest with yourself. That's all I'm going to say. Crystal, there's something in this horizon that you can't see yet. Don't let this impatience. So, like I said, you could have been waiting, finally got it, and it's moving, and then you're plateaued and you'd have to sit there and wait again. Now, it could be that your patience is, I've waited long enough and I don't want to do it anymore, so I want it to happen. I want it to happen right now, and I've got to go right now. And it's not happening. You just have to be patient, because there's a reason why there's a pause. If you push it, then, like if you take the cake out of the oven too early and you cut it open, all the middle's all wet. If you'd waited 10 more minutes, it would have been cooked. All right? So I know you're in a hurry. You desperately want the chocolate cake. But if you want the chocolate cake to taste good, then you have to wait the extra 10 minutes. You also have the no card. So absolutely not. When it comes to your health, you can't be half in, half out. You can't be, I'm going to have a cheat day on a Saturday. No, you can't. Moving into 2024, Pisces, you've got to bring yourself out of that cloud, like I said, this altered state. And how it's going to work for you is the 11. Like I said, networking, getting online, getting out in groups, going out, joining groups, doing forums, doing surveys, all of that. That's how it's going to help you this year. Okay? So, be kind to you and those you love. And from Jedi Side Jake, may the force be with you.